Hey guys, so let's talk about last night's episode of The Originals. There were so many great moments in last night's episode. So the witch Agnes basically decides that she is done messing around with Klaus and his hybrid baby, especially because one of the other witches had this kind of like prophetic vision that if Klaus's baby was born, that the baby was gonna like bring about the death of all of the witches. So Agnes uses this like ancient magical device that's basically gonna cause Hayley to have a miscarriage. Now, once the Michelson clan figures out what's going on, Elijah pretty much makes it his business to figure out how to untie Sophie and Hayley. Now, let's talk about Elijah and Hayley for a moment. I was feeling a little beginning of attraction between the two of them, and I feel like this episode definitely kind of solidified that. You get that he's interested in her, and she's interested in him, and then you have Klaus at the beginning reading the poem about the, like, poison tree, and you get that Klaus knows that something is a-brewing. And of course, Klaus is not gonna like that because he's Klaus, so I can't wait to see what's gonna happen, you guys. I'm all for it. I mean, if we think about it, the last person that Elijah was in love with was freaking Catherine, and that woman is crazy. Anyone would be better than Catherine. Plus, I have a feeling that the whole love triangle is going to be very tense and really, really good. Elijah basically tricks Davina into doing the unbinding spell. You know, he had promised her last week that if she let him go, he would bring her some of the pages of their mother's grimoire, and so he does that and gives her this task of like unbinding this ball of yarn. She does it thinking that that's going to help her control her magic, which I think it will. But at the same time, it's also the unbinding spell that's going to separate Hayley and Sophie. Davina struggles a little bit with the spell, but she's so powerful that by the end of the episode, it's done, and the two are unbound, and Hayley and the baby are safe. But now Elijah and Klaus are really both kind of pissed, especially once they figure out who did this. You guys, one of my favorite moments in the episode is when Elijah and Klaus have Agnes, right? They find this witch, and before he leaves the house, Sophie begs Elijah, please don't let Klaus kill Agnes. She's like the last of the elders in the witches community, like we need her. And so Elijah makes that promise, and we all know that Elijah does not break promises. But when he gets to the place where Klaus has Agnes, we get that Klaus is pretty much wants to kill her. And Elijah's like, no, I gave my word. Please don't make me break my word. And you're thinking like Elijah's gonna save her. And then not so much, right? Because Elijah tells her, I made a promise that I wouldn't let my brother kill you, but no one messes with my family. I never said I wouldn't kill you. And then he just reaches out and snaps her neck. I mean, it was so intense and it was so just badass. It was seriously like a microphone drop moment. It was like he snapped her neck, fixed his jacket, turned around, and like walked out. And I was seriously sitting on my couch like, okay, Elijah, okay. It just was a different side for his character, you know? You're so used to Klaus doing something like that. But I guess with Elijah, we get now that if you mess with his family, he's not someone to be trifled with. The other thing that we got in this episode is that Marcel is starting to kind of see through some of Klaus's kind of games that he's playing. We get that Klaus is trying to like get into Marcel's inner circle and trying to kind of destroy him from within. But Marcel starts to see that Klaus isn't being completely honest with him. One of the big things for Marcel is he doesn't know where Klaus is living. He thought that Klaus and Rebecca were staying at this hotel, but he goes there at one point and realizes that they're not there, and that kind of piques his suspicion. Eventually, he finds out where the Michelsons are living. He finds out about Josh, the vampire that Klaus had compelled to be his kind of like inside man. And the big thing is that he finds out about Hayley. He just walks up to the front door, knocks on the door, and Hayley answers. And when Elijah comes home, Hayley is gone. There was also some lovemaking going on between Marcel and Rebecca, so she comes to say goodbye to Marcel, and before long the two of them are naked. She really wants him to come with her, you know, because Rebecca is always looking for that kind of true love, the love that would kind of give up anything for her, but Marcel is not that guy. Maybe he once was, but I don't think he is anymore. He's pretty much like, I'm not leaving, like I've built this empire. He says something to her too, like men don't run away or something like that. And so yeah, you get once again that Rebecca's not gonna get what she wants. Once they realize that Hayley's gone, I think Rebecca's gonna end up staying in New Orleans. Overall, a really good episode. I feel like we're continuing to move the story forward. I was shocked by the whole Marcel takes Hayley thing, and so I'm interested to see how that's gonna turn out. As always, you guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.